Hello, how are you? This is our first class in English at school. Hello, how are you? Fine, thanks. My name is Adrian, and I am King 177 Red Galactic Earth. And here I'm sharing this synchronic momentum with you all. This is something I've been doing in Spanish for all the planetary king here in Latin America, and I've had some requests to do this in English, and yeah, of course, I I love to do this also and share with you this synchronic moment, as I call it, because it's something that by now it's not planned with anticipation. It's like the moment I find that I feel like sharing some galactic codes, and that's what I do. And well, it's my intention to share with you also some kind of workshop, because in this group we call Galactic Human Design. We have people that is coming from the law of time and wanting to learn human design, and also we have many people coming from human design, because I have these questions in the group, like when you subscribe to the group and I ask you, like, if you know your rate chart, if you know your galactic signature, like the human design and the law of time, and many people answers that you're curious to know more about what does it mean, the law of time, the dream spell, and the galactic signature and stuff. So I really love to share all of this information with you, and that's why I'm planning to organize some online workshop for this. But for the moment, I wanted to like give you some clues and tips of what this is all about, so you can get a taste of a daily reading in the codes that we derive from the law of time system through the talking and the dream spell and stuff. So uh, one of the purposes of this group of Galactic Human Design is that we start like experimenting with this information, like both at this, like the what comes from the human design system and the rate chart and the transits, the daily transits, and what we read on the codes of the daily information, also provided by the 13 moon 28-day calendar or synchronometer, and the dream spell, the codes like you see here on the left side of the screen. And we look more deep into it, and get into the experience. And it's when I found the human design system after many years of experimenting with the law of time, I instantly knew that these systems were meant to complement each other somehow, but we don't know how to integrate all of this, because it's so much information on this on both of them, so that to imagine that we can make it's not to make a mix of all of this. It's not to make something um, new. It's only that if we can take these bits and pieces of information from here and there and see how they really in our daily experience, how it is for each one of us to feel this influence and these codes, and how these codes help us navigate in time and space, both following our mechanics, as in the human design system teaches us, and also the reading of of the codes of time provided by the law of time are so essential for our minds, because time is of the mind, and that's one of the main things to learn from the law of time, that time is of the mind. And you know, the measure of time is essential to understand how our perceptions of reality are being stored in our memory, and from then it's like, what are the scenario of reality that we are, you know, experiencing, and the meanings that we give to it. It's much it's interesting also because you can approach the law of time view both like from the logic circuitry in human design, and there's so much logic foundation to it, and I hope we will do all of this in some workshop soon. Like we can study it from the logic side, and we can also learn it from the abstract side and see what it has to provide from the abstract side. And it has also a tribal element to it, you know, and both an individual or collective. And you know, it's very interesting when you approach one system from the perspective of the other, and it helps you understand more, because one thing is like, you know, you get Ra's message about human design, and it's incredibly amazing, and you say, you know, it's such a complete system. And the same happens when you get, you know, Jose Arguelles, Balum Botan's teachings about the law of time, and it's such a whole system, and it's so full of information and stuff. And you know, you can get into that train and, you know, travel. And but also when you have the two of these, and you can watch this from the perspective of the other, and it helps you understand, you know, like looking at it a bit from outside and see what fits. And you know, you get different levels of information and clarity. So it's all about, you know, experience and experimenting with it, and see what happens. So this is what I always wanted to share. I think this group, Galactic Human Design, I created it when I found the human design system like almost 7 years ago. I got the date written on one of my notebooks. It says Human Design Experiment Day 0, and it's going to be soon my first 7 years into the experiment, and it's also the first 7 years of this Galactic Human Design group. So I think it's time that we start sharing this experiment and see what happens. So this is Synchronic Momentum, and welcome to all of you, and thank you for being here. Let's see. By the way, I'm Adrian, and I'm talking to you from Argentina in the south of the world, and it's autumn here, and the leaves are falling, and winter is coming soon, and we are in quarantine just like everybody else. And this is the weirdest of times. So this has been very special times to dive into the information of the law of time, because it is so much about, you know, timelessness, or being here and now and receptive. And you know, we are, according to the 13 moon calendar, we are on the year or ring of the white magnetic wizard, and the magnetic tone is the tone of purpose. So this talks about, you know, this is a year to unify in purpose, and this purpose is, you know, about this seal, about the white wizard, and what the white wizard represents is receptivity in the now, in the timeless now. So it's very clear, like you can almost touch it, that what's happening this year, it's so related to, you know, the energy of this year in the 13 moon calendar, because one way or another, we are all like obliged to stay at home or to stay, you know, the world seems to have stopped in this situation, and we don't know exactly what's going to happen next. So it's kind of, you know, darkness ahead of us. It's like we don't know what kind of world will all these things will leave to us. So we are kind of forced to be present and receptive in the now, right? And yeah, and this is the whole purpose of this year. And in this white magnetic wizard year, or ring, how we say, you know, the ring, and we are on this spectral moon. I don't know if you get to read it here because of my camera, but you know, it's the spectral moon of liberation, and this is the 11th moon of the year. Goes, you know, is the moon of the serpent according to Mayan astronomy, and this is the constellation of the serpent. And this moon is related to the 11th tone in the dream spell, which is, you know, the spectral tone. That's why it's called the spectral moon. And the question we do to ourselves during this moon is, how do I release and let go? Because this is the tone of liberation. And this is the meditation for these 28 days. How do I release and let go? It's like tone of liberation, you know, in the purpose of the wave spell of the white magnetic wizard, which is, you know, about to enchant timelessness and be receptive. The antipode to the wizard, which is the seed, it's on the position of the spectral tone, which is about, you know, how do we release our service? It's about, you know, flourishment and, you know, awareness, and the releasing of awareness. It's how we release the purpose of this year and the service in this year, which is on the third tone, which is the yellow electric warrior, you know, on the wave spell of the white wizard. The service this year being activation of intelligence, you know, that's the service, you know, to express the intelligence of service. And this is channeled through the power of the sun, which is, you know, the life and the universal fire is channeling and inspiring us through life to release this service through the flourishment of liberation and through awareness. So this is what this spectral moon is all about. Spectral tone is also a bit, you know, like dissonance, and it's what comes, you know, it's release. It's how you release and let go, and yeah, let it go, release, and because we are on the yellow pulsar, for those who understand what this means, it's like we are on the moon maturing the senses through the release of flourishment and intelligence. Okay, so we are at the end today. We are at the end of the 42nd week or heptad of this year, and on the 7th day of the 42nd week. That's why we are on the day Cilio. These are the days of the week. For those who are new in the 13 moon calendar, we have 13 moons of 28 days each, and so every moon is equal in the sense that it has 4 weeks or heptad, 1 red, 1 white, 1 blue, and 1 yellow, and every heptad has 7 days. So that makes, you know, 28 days times 13 moons is 364 days plus 1 day out of time, which is every year on the 25th of July in the Gregorian calendar. So yeah, these are the radial plasmas, which correspond to the cosmology of the 7 chakras, but it's also it has a lot of stuff to be learned about this, because these radial plasmas are considered to be like even smaller than the smaller particles, like even smaller than neutrinos, let's say, for those coming from the human design system, because this is the quantum plasmas that are the agents of the construction of reality, something like that. And we have like 3 sensorial plasmas, and we have 3 telepathic plasmas, and every week we create and we join through Kali, which is the catalytic agent, we join the sensorial plane or realm and the telepathic, and we make one time atom every moon, where you have, you know, every week represents a tetrahedron. We will, you know, in time we will go deeper in this. I don't want to, you know, confuse you with all of this. But every moon we meditate 4 tetrahedrons in the 4 weeks, and we create one time atom, which looks like an octahedron, and we discharge this on the center of the Earth. And on Celio Day, it's every radial plasma, it's correspondent to one chakra, and Celio it's like the heart chakra, and it's the day when we download this meditation to Earth, and it goes to the center of the Earth. Okay, but this is at advanced level in the law of time. We will leave that for further on. And okay, so today is Celio 14 of the spectral moon, and this is the kin 47, blue galactic hand. You know, the year has 365 days, and the Tzolk'in has, you know, this where the galactic signatures come from, has 260 days. So you don't get the same combination of day of the moon and kin, but every 52 years or 73 galactic cycles. You know, this is the proportion of the law of time that makes every day is unique in the combination of moon and week and day and kin. This is very unique day. It only happens every 52 years. Okay, this is the cycle. Okay. So we are completing now the 42nd week of the year. And if we look at the Tzolk'in, we are here on the kin 47, blue galactic hand. And this is the read on the harmonics. You know, it's very interesting also for people coming from the human design system. The order, because this is, you know, what you are seeing here, this Tzolk'in coded with the 64 hexagrams, it comes from the year 1997, something like that. And the order, it's very much related to the order in the Rape Mandala. And we will look at this in some of the next transmissions of this galactic momentum. So anyway, every 4 days, like red, white, blue, yellow, this is called a harmonic in the law of time. And you read something like these ones here on the right side are called time cells. And I know this is in Spanish, but I will translate for you. Like we are in this time cell that is called storage, and it's about remembering. So the read we make of this harmonic 12, we're here, it's harmonic 12 is the solar storage. It's about remembering the elegance of intention, okay? Remembering the elegance of intention, and it's coded by the hexagram or codon 26, okay? Codon 26, it's called the power of the great, is the gate of the egoist. Yeah. All right. Wait a second. I got this here. This is the Cosmic History Chronicles book of the Transcendence. And when you look for the gate 26, you see, this is called the Galactic I Ching, an advanced level also of the law of time. This is amazing stuff. And it reads, you know, Temple of Time. This is how this hexagram is called in the law of time. Temple of Time, informed by moon of ocean consciousness. And it has, you know, Galactic I Ching has a meditation with it. It says, cosmic awareness informed by moon of ocean. 1, in the depths of the sea is the measure of time. 2, shining, shining, still it cannot be grasped. 3, polish the stone until silence becomes sound. Okay, this is the temple of time. Yeah. All right, so this blue galactic hand, it's located here. These are the 5 castles. This is a way to read the 260 units of the Tolkien, but in a way that you have 5 castles of 52 days each. So every castle is comprised by 4 wave spells of 13 tones, 13 seals each. So you have, in every castle, you have a red wave spell, a white wave spell, a blue wave spell, and a yellow wave spell. And this is the red castle of turning. And we are at the 4th and last wave spell, the yellow wave spell, on the red castle. So this is all about fractal time. And we are here in this position of the 8th tone on the yellow wave spell. So this is blue galactic hand in the yellow wave spell of the sun, in the red east castle of the east. You know, this is like east, north, west, south, and center. Okay, so we are about to complete the 52 days on the eastern red castle of turning, you know, and then we'll go to the white northern castle of death. Okay, yeah, that's where we're heading. So if you look it closer, we are here, you know. This is a cosmology about the wave spells and the 13 tones of each wave spell, and creating this fractal time when you always have an harmonic. You know, you have an harmonic through the days. You know, you have a red day, a white day, a blue day, a yellow day. Then you have a red wave spell, a white wave spell, a blue wave spell, a yellow wave spell, and then you have a red castle, a white castle, a blue castle, yellow castle, and the green castle in the middle, which represents the G-force, which is the 5th force, which is the force of time and moving these other 4 colors. So this is beautiful because this is time as light. You know, these are the primary colors in light. So this is very important to understand that the Tolkien, it's offering you a measure of time that it's natural because it's so related to light and sound. So this is very different to follow a calendar that is based on, you know, capricious measures of 30 or 31 days, that it's only related to space because it's come from the division of the circle, you know, and that's a measure of space. But this is different, you know. The year has 365 days and a quarter, and so that is 13 moons of 28 days each, you know, and that creates that the moon cycle, which is 28 days, and you have 13 moon cycles in 1 year, which is very different than 360 degrees. You know, they have 365 days are not degrees. So this is to understand the difference of time and space, as I've been watching some videos from some physicists that they talk about, you know, time and space being the same dimension and stuff. But with this, you can understand very easily that it's not the same in your consciousness. It's not the same, you know, space and time. It's a different measure, and the appropriate, the correct measure of time reveals different qualities of time that brings your consciousness to the fourth dimension, you know, which, yeah, it's time is of the mind. So it's all about your perception and what you acquire when you follow these natural cycles. Okay, so we are here today in the wave spell of the sun, you know, in this cycle of 13 days. It's the wave spell of the sun, and we are here on the blue galactic hand. And this is the 8th tone on this wave spell. The purpose of this wave spell is to enlighten the universal fire. It's life, it's the sun, it's where the life comes from for this planet, you know. And this is the purpose. And the blue galactic hand is on the blue pulsar. We will see this also more in depth in further transmissions. But every color here, it's part of a different pulsar. You have the time pulsar, which is here by the yellow root rays. It's maturing the fourth dimension of time. Then you have the red root rays, which is initializing the first dimension of life. And you have the white root rays, which is refining the second dimension of the senses. And you have the blue root rays here on this pulsar, which is transforming the third dimension of time. So every wave spell is commanded by the fourth dimension of time here, and it's moving the inner, the other three dimensions. Yeah, okay. So this is to locate us today in this wave spell, blue galactic hand. And here, this is the fifth force oracle for the day, and these are two personalities that are coded by these galactic signatures. It's a little uncomfortable to put, you know, Hitler on a presentation. I almost didn't want to do that, but you know, the dream spell has some function in understanding. You know, it goes. It's not about good or bad or right or wrong. It's about, you know, coding history and the events in history. And yeah, and I forgot now the name of this actor. I know I have a white, how you call it, but let me see if I can remember that. But yeah, Kirk Douglas. Okay, this is Kirk Douglas, and this is, you know, Hitler, and they both were blue galactic hands. But anyway, I will put every person related to the king of the day every day. And what does the fifth force oracle for this day reads is that, first of all, we have this mantra king, or this poem of the king for every galactic signature. And the blue galactic hand says, I harmonize in order to heal, modulating I harmonize in order to acknowledge, modulating the healing. I seal the process of realization. No, sorry, I got this wrong in English. Let's go all again, reset. I harmonize in order to acknowledge, modulating, healing. I seal the process of accomplishment with the galactic tone of integrity, I am guided by the power of magic. This is the blue monkey here. It's the guiding power in the fifth force oracle. So in the fifth force oracle, you have the analog power, which is the yellow human here. So this is free will. And the analog power is always nurturing the king of the day. And you have a guiding power, which is the blue monkey here. So it's guiding the energy of the hand, which is to acknowledge, to accomplish, to heal. It's guiding to play with magic. You know, this is what heals us today, to play with magic, and being supported and nourished with the power of free will coming from the yellow human, and with the challenge of the red galactic earth, which is me. This is my galactic signature. I'm the antipode power of this day, and the antipode power is challenging you to heal also, and it's also bringing cosmic memory, you know. So this is my work today, to bring you cosmic memory through challenging you with the energies of synchronization and evolution of navigation, you know. So I am antipode to Hitler, and I feel good for that, you know. that's something to feel good about it, okay. And the hidden power of the day, the occult power, every day has an occult power, which when you add the hidden power of the day to the king of the day, you always get king 1. So it says that, you know, wizard is 14, hand is 7, 14 plus 7 is 21, but you have 20 seals, so you get the 1. And the same with the tone. You have tone 6, you have tone 8, 8 plus 6 is 14, but you have 13 tones, so that brings you to 1. And you have seal 1, tone 1, that's the red magnetic dragon. And so that means that the hidden power of the day, it's always the perfect complement for the king of the day to make you one, to bring the being, the unification of being. And today it's the white rhythmic wizard, you know, to organize yourself in receptivity and timelessness and the enchant of timelessness and equality, okay. So that's what complements the energy of the blue galactic hand today. The energy of the blue hand, it's always accomplishment, what we have to accomplish today through our integrity, okay. And yeah, and I'm sealing, you know, in the back you see this coronavirus image, and this is what I've been sealing with these fifth force oracles. So, you know, because like it or not, today this coronavirus images is also capturing the whole world's attention. So it's unifying so much of the world thought, you know, into this. It's a shame that we have to reach this through disease or through, you know, through catastrophe. And but, you know, the intention with this vision of the dream spell is that we get to reach this world thought unification and awake to the noosphere of the planet, the planetary mind, not only through fear and disease or catastrophe or, you know, whatever, but through, you know, synchronization of our telepathic, you know, connection and meditation, you know, global meditation on the codes of time. This is the purpose so much for the law of time, you know, to synchronize our minds and heal, you know. So yeah, you can also watch, you know, you can watch Hitler as all the evil he was, but also this character here, dog, you know, it's like touching the wound of humankind, you know. It's like the one who makes the wound. And now, since then, since those awful times, all of that, it's touching on what's for us to heal as humanity. some of the stuff. We have many stuff, many things to heal as humanity, but you know, this is a deep wound that we need to heal. So that's one way of seeing that he was a blue galactic hen also. Okay, and here we have the planetary holon, and we're sending a pulse of healing and consciousness and awareness to this area where we have, I think, Hawaii Islands and, you know, the blue Pacific Ocean. So every day we send a pulse to the zone and the bioregion of in the planetary holon of the day. So today we are sending a synchronized pulse of healing and consciousness to this zone of the hand. Okay, and this is the telectonon for today. I'm not gonna go into this because I can't. I just have someone waiting for me to release the connection because, you know, my girlfriend, she needs to do something, and I said, okay, let me do this and before, but ironically, I have a mechanical time limitation for today's transmission, but it's interesting to see that, you know, for those who know, Telectonon Pacalbotan has entered in the first of the 7 seals here in the cube of the law, and we are on the day 14 here in the Telectonon, and we're going on the stairway to heaven, and Bolonik is awaiting for us here on the tower of navigation, and the warrior is here on the cube of the star. Okay, and here we see, you know, blue galactic hen, and it's day 14 in the spectral moon, and we are activating timelessness and free will and magic with the power of accomplishment of the blue hen. Okay, and I wanted to talk about this also, but I won't have the time for this. But you know, the sun has just entered the 8th gate. It's right angle cross of contagion. So, you know, take care. Here in Argentina, at least the cases of contagion in coronavirus are piking, and because they, you know, they release a little bit of this quarantine mode, and they made it a little bit more flexible, but unfortunately a lot more of people got the disease now. So they are talking about, you know, doing one step back with all of these. And there's so much information also here because Uranus have entered the gate 24th, and it's connecting the channel of awareness here to Pluto on gate 61. And there's so much we could talk about this, but I will do this on the next few days, because also this looks very much like my design, because I'm a mental projector with only channel defined here, channel of awareness, a design of a thinker, 6124. And what this means is that you might feel a lot of unusual pressure to know and to think, and this can make you overthink a lot of things and a lot of pressure to make mental decisions also. So take care about not to force your brain too much, and take your time and let, you know, the aha moment of knowing emerge in its own time. You know, let it be. Accept that, you know, there's some things you know, there's some things you don't know, there's some things you can't know, and let it happen, the knowing. Okay, and you might have a lot of inner acoustic activity this day and these days. Okay, so all right, I'm going to close now this transmission and putting a pulse here of let's spread and let's make peace be contagious, may art be contagious, you know, creativity be contagious, and yeah, this symbol of peace over the coronavirus here. And if you want to retribute and support these kind of transmissions and fuel it and make it more and more and more, you can voluntarily you know, help here with receive, give. You know, you can help this transmission also with this PayPal account here. And you know, this is like the fuel tank. If you want to fuel these transmissions, help here putting some fuel in the tank. And yeah, I hope this is something I'd love to keep on doing. So doing what I want to do, my service to the planet, and yeah, getting something in return. It feels nice to, you know, to move ahead. So, and okay, for closing this, let's put here a pulse of peace in the planet Earth, and visualize this rainbow, so we can, you know, as a symbol of let us all dream the highest dream for planet Earth, make it a planet art whole, and heal this world, and make it, you know, let's put this force to Mother Nature to heal and to awake as humans to our cosmic reality. Okay. Okay. See you next time. Thank you, Inlakej, and thank you for being there.